Good evening and welcome to the KVKL Kickball Championship game here at beautiful Hobbs Park in downtown Lawrence. Now, it's easy to say that KU basketball is the biggest ticket in Lawrence, but you could also say nothing is more Lawrence than KVKL kickball. It's not your kickball from 5th grade. This is a competitive league. 32 teams are now dwindled down to 2. I'm Mike Anderson with Jason Cougar Wong. Jason, I'm going to turn to you. The two teams in tonight's championship game, we have the 3rd seed, Abraxas, against the number 1 seed, Happy Shirt. What can you tell us about these teams?
Well, these two teams are very familiar with each other here, Mike. You have a Happy Shirt making their 6th appearance in the KVKL championship game. And I suppose Abraxas making their 2nd appearance in the championship game. Of course, these two teams are very familiar with each other. I mentioned this is the rematch from the semifinal game of 2 years ago, in which then Peter Pitt was Happy Shirt, was the defending champions. They got upset in the semifinals by then Star Bar Barracudas with Abraxas by a score of 15-2, in which Star Bar went on to win the championship 2 years ago against Love Garden. And then this past upcoming season in ranked play, it was now called Happy Shirt. They beat Abraxas by a score of 12-9. So you could say that both teams have a little bit of a vengeance factor on each other, with Abraxas on Peter Pitt during regular season play, with Happy Shirt against Abraxas during the playoffs 2 years ago. We got knocked off in the semifinals in an upset.
And Happy Shirt is having a great year. They are undefeated.
Yes,
they have led to lose a game. Abraxas, though they're hot, they've got a lot of players, like you said, mentioning from coming back a couple of years ago. Happy Shirt, we all know, is the Yankees of this league.
Absolutely.
They're obviously the favorite. Do you expect a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game?
Well, again, the final score between these two earlier this season was 12-9. And if I had to guess, I would say it would be a little bit more of a low-scoring game. Although if you ask Abraxas, they probably want to be more up-tempo, probably in the teens as far as scoring-wise, as of course they beat them 15-2 2 years ago. When you go against Happy Shirt, again, this is their 3rd time they are undefeated in the history of the KVKL in their 10 summers they've had. So a team like them has just been fantastic regular season. And for them, they pride themselves in just a terrific defense. And this team has been basically the same for the past 10 summers. I would say about 90% of the team has been together since they came in 2004.
Now, give me one player from each team that we are going to look out for as a possible MVP candidate of this game.
I would say if you start with Abraxas, it's got to be Chris Marshall. Here's a man who is a 2-time champion, one with Los Luchadores in 2010, of course, one with Star Bar Barracudas, which is the same thing, in 2011. He's a dynamic player. He's a 5-tool player where he can basically run, catch, hit for average, hit for power, and throw as well. And he's a good speed as well. And he plays pitcher, and that's something a little bit different. We've never seen him play pitcher before. He used to play 3rd or shortstop, but playing pitcher is a different dynamic for Abraxas. As far as Happy Shirt, I think with the X factor has got to be Adam Brazel. He's a player that they picked up from now it's called Murda, and he's a terrific player who can basically put the ball anywhere on the field at the plate with his right foot, and he's a terrific defender as well. So that's the one X factor for Happy Shirt, which they had this year, which they didn't have last year.
Last question, how many people do you expect to see watch this game tonight?
From the stands, I would hope it'd be about 250, 300. I'm not good on math and so forth.
Oh, we're going to have more than that, Cougar.
Oh, we're more than that? I'm terrible
at
math.
400 to 500
400 to 500? Holy cow. I don't know how. I'm awful at math as far as knowing the crowd size here. But 400 to 500, that would be great because for these two fantastic teams, they deserve a huge crowd up here at beautiful Hobbs, which would be the 8th time that they had the KVKL championship here at Hobbs Park.
Well, don't go anywhere. It should be a terrific game. KVKL Kickball Championship action will be coming at you right after this. Welcome once again to the KVKL Kickball Championship game here at Hobbs Field in beautiful downtown Lawrence. We're just about to begin this matchup featuring the number 3 Abraxas against number 1 seeded Happy Shirt. Once again, the lower seed, or higher seed, I should say, is always the home team. So for the purposes of this game, Happy Shirt, the Yankees of the league, will be our home team today. And Abraxas, you see them there, will be the visitors for this championship game. And we'll go through the lineups here for Abraxas. They've got a star-studded lineup, a potent offense. Leading off for them is Alex McKee. Kicking second, Brad Kearns. Kicking third will be Chris Marshall, splitting with Brian Thomas. Kicking fourth, Josh Depley. Kicking fifth, Lewis Schmidt, splitting with Caleb Skulski. Kicking sixth, Nick Adams. Kicking seventh, Lauren Adams. Kicking eighth, Lauren Cohn. Kicking ninth will be switching out between Hannah Blodgett and Nicole Jameson. And kicking 10th, switching out between Noah McKee and Nick Devon. Umpires for today's game. Our head umpire is the one and only Nick Cotton. Scorer is his wife, Robin Cotton. Our first base umpire, CJ Kai. And our third base umpire, Kathy DeCina Skinner. Looking for an exciting game once again as the Cougars set, and 12-9 was the score in the regular season between these two individuals. These two teams, which were in the #1 seeded bracket. Happy Shirt comes in this game undefeated, and they are looking for an undefeated season and going home with that cup. And the first pitch is in there. Again, if you're not familiar with Kaw Valley kickball, there are no balls and strikes. You can take as many pitches as you want. Kicking there is it first out for Abraxas. Alex McKee goes down for the first out here in the top of the ninth. Bat kicking next will be Brad Kearns. You also see a line on the field. You cannot cross that line on the field. It's tough to see on your television there, but you can't cross it until the ball has been kicked. That's another big rule here in Colorado kickball. That was a foul ball from kicker Brad Kearns. One out here in the top of the first.
And for those looking on television, it doesn't look as bad as it does on TV. The way it gets hit.
Here's a bunt. The throw to first is not in time, and our first base runner up tonight is on. Brad Kearns goes in there with a single. Bunting is a huge part of this game, Cougar, and that was perfect bunt laid down there.
That's a great job by Brad Kearns that they knocked it down right in front of Steve, had to wait for the ball and not get the ball in time over to Paul Peach at first.
That'll bring up Chris Marshall, the person you mentioned as a possible MVP candidate. His boot to right field, just a little foul. Chris Marshall, perennial kickball all-star. He's looking for another trophy to add to his mantle tonight.
And for those not familiar with kickball, you get 4 fouls.
Fifth foul and you're out. And the pitch. Taking. Of course, you can take as many pitches as you want. You can tell the pitcher if you want it left, right, more bouncy, less bouncy, speed up, however you want it. In the kick to right field again. First baseman Peach has got it out at first, but he advances the runner to second. But we have 2 down here in the top of the first.
Not the greatest kick that Chris Marshall liked. The direction is exactly what he wanted, but the trajectory of it is right over to Paul Peach for the easy, put out at first.
That'll bring up the #4 kicker, Josh Depley, for Abraxas. The man on second and 2 out here in the top of the first. Low line drive in there for a base hit. Let's see if they send him. They do. A misplay by the left fielder, and going to end up as a double, and we have our first run scored. First blood goes to Abraxas.
Yeah, the ball went over to left fielder Court Rolfensmeyer. He tried to, scoot at the ball and try to make the play but, he took his eye off the ball, and he bobbled it, and of course, he wasn't able to get the ball, and Brad Kearns easily scored from second to home.
That'll bring up Lewis Schmidt, formerly of the Screamers, now playing for Abraxas, kicking 5th. Run scored by Brad Kearns was the first run. Kick and foul. That'll be his first.
Of course, Lewis Schmidt is one of the 3 acquisitions they made from the Screamers. He's a terrific leg talent and a good third baseman.
And the kick is a beautiful kick in there. Are they going to send the runner? And they do. And Abraxas is out to an early 2-0 lead. Josh Depley scores on the play, and Lou Schmidt ends in there with an RKI and a single.
And this is the reason why they picked up Lou Schmidt from the Screamers, because as you can see, a terrific young talent, and he knows where to place the ball. Great play there by him to get the runner home.
That'll bring up Nick Adams, and the kick. Left fielder peppering the left fielder, but this time he's got it. The damage has been done now. Abraxas out to an early 2-0 lead, but Happy Shirt has yet to, of course, kick in this championship game. When we come back, the bottom of the first inning, and our first look at Happy Shirt. It is the bottom of the first here at Hobbs Park in the championship game. Coming in now for the first time will be Happy Shirt. Kicking for Happy Shirt, Adam Brazel will lead off. Then we've got John Peach. Brazel in there at the first pitch, and it is an out. Not taking anyone as Brazel. The first out here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up the center fielder, John Peach.
Just a routine play there by Chris Marshall. Again, he's a pitcher. That's the X factor, him playing in the pitcher spot, whether that's going to help the defense for Braxis against Happy Shirt.
It seems like the evolution of the game's changed a bit. Now we see a lot more male pitchers than we ever have. Down to first base, sharply hit, and it will be on Peach for Happy Shirt's first base runner of this game. Tough play there over at first.
Tough play indeed. It was a similar kick that Chris Marshall had in the top of the first. This time was out of the reach of Nick Adams and wasn't able to corral that in, and John Peach at first.
That'll bring up Andy Dalton, the right fielder, with a man on first and one out, kicking third for the Happy Shirt lineup. And the pitch taking in is Andy. Remember, you can take as many pitches as you want. You can dictate how the pitches. There are no strikeouts here. All the rule is you get 4 fouls. And there's a bunt up in the air. They're going to feel it. The throw to first is not in time. And Happy Shirt now has base runners at first and second with one out.
That time, Andy was a little fortuitous with that bunt. It was not exactly when he was looking for it. It was up in the air for a little bit, but luckily out of the reach of Nick Devins. Trying to make the play over to Nick Adams. It was a little bit lower throw, a tough pick out for him, and that's why he's on first base.
That'll bring up Tyler Drussel. He'll throw down a perfectly placed bunt. And now the bases are juice ducks on the pond for Steve Harder.
And that's what Tyler Drussel does very good, is getting on base. Bunting is what he's been perfecting for the past 10 summers. And he got perfectly down the first base line, out of the reach of both Chris Marsh and Nick Devins as a catcher.
Third baseman for Happy Shirt, Steve Harder, comes up in a great situation. One out and bases loaded. Big defensive stand here for Braxis if they can do it.
They nicknamed him Big Dog, and there's the reason why. He has a huge leg, and he's able to kick it on the way out over in the outfield anywhere he wants.
Foul ball down the left field line there for Steve Harder. Looking to put something in the gap here, or at the very worst, hit to the outfield, which should bring home John Peach, standing at third. Crowd is really starting to fill in here at Hobbs Field. It's a pretty handsome crowd, I must say, too. Play over at third. Schmidt's got it to throw home. Not in time. Scores a run. Tyler going on the third, and he'll make it there. Apparently that towel is more aerodynamic than I thought. And he'll make it over to third with Peach scoring the run. Andy Dalton makes the second out at third base. And Steve Harder ends up at first.
It's just great aggressive running there by Tyler Druss to go from first to third.
Mike Phelps with a hit into center field, will drop, and will score another run to play at second. Not in time. Boy, that would have been a big play to get in that second run. It wouldn't have counted. But as it stands, Tyler Drussel will score. The second run for Happy Shirt. Mike Phelps now on with a single. First and second and 2 out. That'll bring up Nicole Culbertson, their pitcher.
That's a good kick there by Michael Phelps, where he got to the outfield out of the reach of Noah McKee at center. And Noah McKee was unable to corral that and get the second base for the force out.
Nicole Culbertson, of course, a veteran of kickball, played on many Happy Shirt / Peter Pitt teams. Kick is caught by their center fielder, and that will do it for the first inning. A very evenly matched first inning as we go into the second, tied at 2-2 here in this tight championship kickball game. Coming up for the Braxis will be Lauren Adams, Lauren Cohn, and Hannah Blodgett when we come back right here at Hobbs Field. Welcome back to KVKL Valley Kickball Championship, and a bunt laid down there by Lauren, and she will be out. Is the call by home or first base umpire C.J. Kai.
It's a very good play by Kayla Schiller, playing the short rover over the first base side and make a good throw to Paul Peach for the force out.
Lauren Adams swinging at the first kick she saw, first ball she saw. That'll bring up Lauren Cohn, their second baseman, with one out in the top of the second inning. Nice play. Can Tyler make the throw in time? He does not. safe is the call by CJ, and are they giving her an extra base? Controversy now as we decide if the ball went in the dugout or not.
It did go in the dugout. It did.
Which means Lauren will get an extra base. She gets a double out of that then. And Abraxas now has a runner on second with 1 out.
It's a good effort by Tyler Dressler from deep short to get Lauren Cohn out first, but out of the reach of Paul Peach. And unfortunately, it went into the dugout. And the rules, if you go to the dugout, you get 1 extra base for the one you earned.
That'll bring up Hannah Blodgett. Her fun fact is she has a thing about farts.
Oh my, what?
That's what it says here. I assume that's solid journalism.
Oh, yeah. I'm private about mine, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to be public about it.
Oh, no, never.
There's the kick, a little squirt on the left side. The throw to first in time. We'll move Lauren over to third, though. Another second out is collected here for Happy Shirt. That'll bring up Noah McKee for Abraxas, their number 10 kicker. He comes up with someone lady on third base and 2 out. Big kick here for Abraxas. These are the small runs that could decide this game, Cougar.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Base hit here could make the difference. And the kick is in there, and a beautifully placed kick by Noah. And RKI for him. And he is starting off grand. He'll come in with a single on an RKI, and Abraxas retakes the lead.
That's a very good kick there by Noah McKee. Another one of the big acquisitions to get the RKI.
That'll bring up the top of the order for Abraxas. There's question about whether it was a double kick. Is that what they're looking at, Cougar?
I think there was a double kick. It's a foul ball, yeah. I think that's a right call. I thought that, it was a double kick committed there by Alex, and I think that is the right call.
Again, you can't kick the ball twice. If you do, it's called a foul ball. Correct. So the conference by CJ and the shorts, Nick Cotton there, are looking at it. 2 good umpires here. Glad to see solid umpire crew referee this all-important game. And we're calling a foul.
There's the right call.
And we'll do it again. And the kick, another bunt. The throw to first. In time, wonderful throw there from Happy Shirt. And that will retire Abraxas in the second inning. They put on 1 more, and they now lead 3-2 going into the bottom of the second. Stay tuned for more kickball action right here on Channel 6. We're now in the bottom of the second inning in this championship game. That'll bring up Court Wolfingsmeyer, the left fielder. A big kick there, left, hitting a car or the porta potty, whichever comes first. Also kicking this inning will be Kayla Schiller and Brienne Castor for Happy Shirts. They are down 1 run in this bottom of the second inning. Happy Shirt not used to being down in too many games this year, Cougar.
That is true, but when they are down in some games, they do not panic. They find a way. They're one of the better teams in the league to come back from a losing deficit.
There's the kick. Foul ball. Once again, you only get 4 fouls in kickball. The 5th foul, or 4th foul rather, and you are out. The kick to the shortstop. Beautiful lead-off kick there for Court. He'll be on there with a lead-off single, and that'll bring up Kayla Schiller, their rover. 1 on, nobody out here for Happy Shirt in the bottom of the second inning, trailing Abraxas by 1 run. Chris Marshall has the ball and the pitch, a little too outside for Kayla's taste, and we'll do it again. You got to be choosy, especially in this championship game, Cougar.
That's very true. You don't want to waste your pitches and get the wrong one.
Bunt can't be handled by the catcher for Abraxas. Bit of an error there in a championship game like this. You can't give Happy Shirt, the Yankees of this league, extra outs.
Now, at that time, Nick Devon was caught in between and thinking, well, should I go for the sure out at first, going to Kayla Schiller, or try to get the lead runner, Court Rolfingsmeyer? Unfortunately, he lost the handle to that ball, and instead of getting 1 of the outs, he gets 0 and get runners at first and second.
That'll be a Brienne Castor, the second base. Nice little bunt there. The throw to first. Not in time. Oh no, Abraxas is in trouble as Happy Shirt has now loaded the bases with nobody out, and they've done all of this with the bottom of the order. This will now bring up their number 11 kicker, their first baseman, Paul Peach.
Yeah, at that time, Nick Devins tried to go the ball there over the third base, but it was off the line, out of the reach of Lou Schmitz, which was the right play. He just executed well, and now you got bases loaded, no outs.
And the kick up the middle should score a run, and the throw is in time at second. Now the damage has been done. Court will score. Kayla is made to third. Brienne will say she is now out at second. And Paul Peach is in there at the single. That'll bring up the top of the order, Adam Brazel. And the pitch, the speedster Adam, nice little bunt on the first base side. Out at first, but not really any damage done.
No.
Paul makes it to second on the play. We still have Kayla at third. And Adam is 0 for 2 in today's game.
Kind of surprising to put the ball in the air, try the sacrifice fly to try to bring Kayla Schiller in. That time I tried to use the speed and try to drag bunt, but that time well played by Chris Marshall.
John Peach is up with 2 outs, kicks it deep to right field. Easy catch though for Abraxas. And like we said at the top of the order, an evenly matched game it is. We go into the third inning, tied all at 3. Stay tuned here at Channel 6 in Hobbs Field for more kickball action right after this. Happy Shirt versus Abraxas, the Kaw Valley Kickball Championship game. We wait a whole summer to see which 2 teams make it, and now we finally get to see. Should be a really great match. It's already tied right now going in the third inning, 3-3. Don't go anywhere. Grab a Kool-Aid, a barley pop, your Doritos or pretzels, and stick in for the long haul, because you are going to see some great kickball action right here on Channel 6.
And already all 4 half of the innings for both Happy Shirt and for Abraxas, they have scored. I'm a little surprised by this.
Brad Kern's up, and that is a high. That is going to bring her in. That is high. Tyler's under it, though, and he's got it for the first out here in the top of the third. The leadoff man getting on is so crucial in kickball.
Absolutely. It's the same thing it is in baseball. You can get the lead runner on and sets the table as to try to manufacture runners and can manufacture runs.
Speed kill. That'll bring up Chris Marshall. Chris is 0 for 1 in today's game. A little bit of ground out to first base earlier in the first.
Of course, Chris Marshall is no stranger to the championship game. He's already had 2 championships to his name.
Foul ball on the third baseline, and we'll do it again. You can see there on the television how close the catcher stays to the batter. There's a little line there, and they cannot cross that line till the ball's being kicked, but a really good catcher will get as close as he or she can.
Absolutely.
Try to take away that bunt.
Nor can a catcher be any movement, has to be in the stationary position before the kick.
And the kick, fly ball, long fly ball to right field, and a nice catch there by the right fielder for Happy Shirt. Long fly ball there by Chris Marshall, but they played him right.
Great job there by Andy Dalton. Arguably the best outfield in the league, and has been probably the most consistent perennially. Dalton was in the right position, did not panic, backpedal a little bit, and got the right position to make the catch on Marshall.
Josh Depley will bring him up. Kick to third to first in time. And Abraxas will go down 1-2-3 in the third inning, keeping the score knotted up all at 3. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the third inning, and we'll be joined by Jackie Becker. Stay tuned. Bottom of the third inning now here at Hobbs Field. Score is tied at 3-3. Coming up for Happy Shirt, we have Andy Dalton, Tyler Russell, and Steve Harder, the number 3, 4, and 5 kicker here for Happy Shirt. And the kick, beautifully placed kick there for Andy, and he'll get on with a single. Now we are also joined by the head commissioner, Jackie. How you doing, Jackie?
I'm well. How are you?
Terrific. We're going to have a great game. 2 well-matched teams here. What do you think about this, Jackie?
Well, I think when predictions came down a few weeks ago, I actually predicted these 2 teams were playing in the finals. So I think we're looking at 2 of the finest teams of the KVKL playing right now.
Tyler Drussel comes up, fly ball right field, easy catch there for the right fielder, and that'll be the first out for Abraxas. Now you've got some fun facts for us that you're going to be giving us too. This is very exciting, Jackie.
Yeah, actually, Andy on first base is saving himself for marriage.
Oh, good for Andy.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow.
Kick by Harder to center field. He's not happy with that effort, judging by the look and frustration on his face. And that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Mike Phelps with 1 on and 2 out. Mike looking to drive here, run, and get Happy Shirt's first lead of this game. A very early game, though, still, as we are in the bottom of the third. Chris Marshall pitching in the pitch. Left field. Oh, and a costly drop there for Abraxas. Yeah, as we said, Cougar, you can't give this team extra outs.
No, you cannot. At that time, it was Brad Kearns, the left field, going to his left, trying to track the ball down. Unfortunately, he overran it, misjudged the ball, and when he tried to stop and go back to the ball, it was too late, and he couldn't secure the catch.
That'll bring up Nicole Culbertson. She's 0 for 1 on today's game. She's the pitcher for Happy Shirt. And the kick right field side, just foul.
In case you're wondering what the defensive position is there for Abraxas, they have a woman over there behind the first base as a rover. That's Nicole Jamison. Normally you would have a woman at rover behind third base, but Abraxas a little bit different over the first base side and right field.
That's right. Lewis Schmidt, third baseman, normally would play up to the line, but he's playing back now because Happy Shirt has runners on first and second. Nicole looking for something here to drive in this run, take the lead. And the kick to Schmidt right at third, bobbles it a little bit. The throw to Chris Marshall just in time.
Yep.
And that's a savvy veteran move there by Chris Marshall, getting over there in time, and that'll be the third out in the bottom of the third. Well, we had some lightning a little bit in the first 2 innings. We're calming down now as the score remains tied at 3-3 as we go in the 4th inning in this championship game. Stay tuned. You're watching Kaw Valley Kickball Championship action right here on Channel 6. I'm Mike Anderson. Joined with me, Jason Cougar Fong.
That's right.
Along with Jackie Becker, the commissioner.
You can call me Firecracker Becker too. That's my podcast pseudonym.
It
So.
is.
Excellent.
It is.
What can you tell us, Jackie, about Lewis Schmidt coming up here to kick?
We call him LeBron James, actually.
Oh, my.
Because he used to play for the Late Fees, my team, and he kind of traded himself to a higher place team, and now he's playing in the championship, so apparently it worked.
It worked, that's
LeBron.
true. Yes. Can he get his ring is the big question. And the kick, hard kick at third. Tough play by third baseman. The throw in time.
Got it.
What a great play there by Steve Harder, the third baseman for Happy Shirt.
Great job by Steve Harbour to stick with the ball after that hard line drive to him, and an absolute fireball over to Paul Peach at first, getting him easily for the first out.
Oh, just foul there. Good camera work by our first base cameraman Antonio, by the way. Classic professional that he is, Tonio, at first base. And that'll bring up Nick Adams for Abraxas. He's 0 for 1 on today's game.
And Nick Adams, one of several players that's from that championship team, was then started by Barracudas from 2 years ago.
And he's actually, his wife plays on the team. Lauren Adams, who's going to kick next,
Yes, she
is on the team. Husband and wife, they could go home together. Married and champions. Nice kick there for Nick as he will get on first with 1 out, and that'll bring up his wife, Lauren Adams.
Incidentally, in the championship year, she was with child when they played.
Wow.
Yes, they have a son.
Who has seen this championship. Oh, bunt just in front of the pitcher. Nicole is out at first base, but that does advance the runner, her husband, Nick, to second. And now we'll look at a man on second with 2 out, and that'll bring up Lauren Cohn to the plate. She's 1 for 1 with a run in today's game. And boy, is she looking to duplicate that here. And Nicole with the pitch. Happy Shirt really crowding the line here with Lauren batting. A lot of players around the ball, and the kick on the first base side. Easy play for Peach. He'll step on first, and that'll end the threat here in the top of the first inning. When we come back, fourth rather. When we come back, the bottom of the fourth will be Court Rolfingsmeyer, Kayla Schiller, and Brianne Castor coming up for Happy Shirt. More kickball action right here on Channel 6. Bottom of the fourth here at Hobbs Field. Court Rolfingsmeyer will lead off the inning for Happy Shirt as they are tied 3-3 with Abraxas in this championship game. A little outside, Court doesn't like it and will do it again. Again, you can be as choosy as you want in kickball. You can take as many pitches and you can dictate what the pitcher does. Chris Marshall rolls it in there, nice, and the kick right up the middle should be a base hit. The throw is in time.
Wow.
The crowd is going wild. Huge throw there for the center fielder for Abraxas.
That's a great job there by Alex Hammond. It should be a sure single, but a running throw towards first base. And I don't know if Court took it for granted, thought he would get the easy single, but threw the again, it was just in time. A fantastic play by Alex Hammond.
I couldn't tell if Court, came up a little bit, thought he had the base hit or not, but in any case, he's out. We're one out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring up Kayla Schiller. She's 1 for 1 in today's game.
Very rare do you have a center fielder first base put out 8-3, or 9-3, excuse me. That's amazing.
Kayla looking to go 2 for 2 in this all-important championship game as we've got one out. Bottom of the fourth. Nice catch there by Lauren Kuhn, the second baseman for Abraxas. And now we've got 2 down. And that'll bring up Brianne Castor, the second baseman. She is 1 for 1 for today's game as well. Bottom of the other doing very well for Happy Shirt.
And Brianne Castor is a 3-time KVKL champion, twice here with Peter Pitt / Jayhawk Guttering and Happy Shirt, and once for Los Luchadores. So from 08, 09, and 2010, she was a KVKL champion.
Yeah, she's playing in her 5th championship,
Yes,
actually.
she is. Yep.
Oh, wow, must be fun. Wonderful catch there. A little highlight reel action by Alex McKee. And that'll do it. Well, 1, 2, 3 again, as we'll see a replay. Getting up there. And he'll come down with a beautiful play there from Abraxas, and they'll hold Happy Shirt. We're going to the 5th inning, 3-3, right here, Hobbs Field. We're looking at the 5th inning here at Hobbs Field, the Kaw Valley Kickball League Championship game. Exciting time, of course, for both these teams. It's a long season, 32 teams, now down to 2. The first-ranked team in the league against the third-ranked team in the league. Both teams certainly deserving a spot in this championship game. And the kick. Oh, we throw her out of first. Can't, not in time. I don't know if was that Nicole Cougar?
That was Nicole Jameson.
Nicole Jameson, her first kick of the game, and it's a beauty. Jackie Becker gets a sub sandwich. That's what happens when you're the commissioner.
People just give me things, It's amazing, a free sub. Hooray.
Exactly. When you're the commissioner, you get all the stuff, all the perks that come with it, and rightfully so, though. You work hard as commissioner, you deserve it.
I'll take free food. Never say no to free food.
How was your first year as commissioner?
It's been fantastic. I mean, it's kind of this fun volunteer job, and you take good care of people, and we love this little sport.
Throw to second, gets out Nicole Simpson for the first out of the inning.
It's a nice little play by Tyler Dressel, a routine grounder to him, and a bounce pass over to Brianne Castor for the leadoff force out over at second.
That'll bring up Alex. He'll throw down a bunt. The throw to first.
Got it.
Kick or hit him. Of course, in kickball, if you get hit with a ball, you are out as well.
That was a great play by Kayla Schiller to get Alex Hammond over there at short rover. The only play she could have made is basically to peg him with the ball, and she did so right square in the middle of his back. So great play by Kayla Schiller. That'll
bring up Brad Cronin with the man on third and 2 out here for Abraxas.
Did you know Brad loves to ride motorcycles in his spare time? Leather chaps and all. It's pretty impressive.
Nice. Oh, this big throw for Tyler, not in time. And the run will score there for Abraxas, and they will retake the lead 4-3. Big RKI, as we say, run kicked in there for Brad Kearns, and he is now 2 for 3 on today's game.
A very well-placed kick by Brad Kearns going over to Tyler Dressel. Too deep for him to make the play for the speedy Brad Kearns.
I'll bring up MVP, past MVP, Chris Marshall, kicking third for Abraxas. Although Chris is 0 for 2 in today's game. The ground out to first and a fly ball to right field. And a huge foul ball. Watch your windshield there, Chris.
He almost hit the porta-john.
And the interesting thing about kickball is that we always like to play with the ball, even if it goes out of play. It could be in North Dakota and someone will still go get it.
That's true.
They don't like to change balls. I don't blame them. And I read here that Chris Marshall is playing 3 signature LeBron James headbands.
Oh, no, he wears a signature headband.
Oh,
but
he does.
apparently, like LeBron James, kind of keeping with a theme of their team, perhaps.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Tying that in, you know.
Does play the headband. It looks good on him, must say. Runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Abraxas scoring the go-ahead run here, and they now lead 4-3 in the championship game with their big kicker Chris Marshall up now. Again, he's being choosy. You can be as choosy as you want. He's telling the pitcher, Nicole, where he wants the ball. And the pitch. Doesn't like it again. And he'll try it again. Oh, he likes that one. And the kick. The throw to first. Out in time, and that'll do it. Tough start here for Chris Marshall. He's 0 for 3 in today's game. But Abraxas retakes the lead 4-3. Now we'll be coming up in the bottom of the 5th. Stay tuned for more kickball action right here in beautiful downtown Lawrence. Kicking first in the bottom of the 5th will be the first baseman for Happy Shirt, Paul Peach. Paul is 1 for 1 in today's game. Beautiful weather here we've got for this kickball championship game, Jackie. You couldn't have dialed it up any better.
Yeah, since Mother Nature kind of screwed us a few weeks ago with the rain out, we kind of had to, compact it in, and thank you today for the good weather.
Indeed. Rarely do we have a rain out here in KVKL action, and we did a couple weeks ago, causing us to move things early. And the kick out for Peach. Yeah, what Jackie is talking about is both Happy Shirt and Abraxas. This is their 3rd game today. They played 2 games earlier to get to this position. So you gotta wonder if fatigue will set in and when it'll set in. Leadoff kicker for Happy Shirt, Adam Brazel, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in today's game.
From a style perspective, I really love his tucked-in pants way of playing. Very few players
I didn't notice that till now, Jack.
Really can sport and be proud of the tucked-in shirt, and he carries it well.
With my beer gut, I cannot pull that stuff up, no way.
And the kick right down the 3rd baseline, and we'll go for extra bases. Braxel stops at first, a nicely placed kick, and he's got his first kick of the game. Tuck shirt in and all.
Well-placed kick by Adam Brazel with a lefty that swerves to his left over Lou Schmidt and drops in front of the left fielder.
John Peach coming up. He's 1 for 2 in today's game with a run scored. 1 out, 1 on here for Happy Shirt in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing by a 1 run. And the bunt. The throw by Schmidt to first is in time. Brazel on to second, and we've got 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
A little surprised that John Peach would, go for the bunt, especially the big leg like himself. It wasn't the best bunt there. It was right over to Lou Schmidt, and it was an easy play for him to get him out for the 2nd out.
Brings up Andy Dalton. He's 2 for 2 in today's game. Andy saving himself for marriage. And apparently it's working because he's 2 for 2 in today's game. With a nice catch.
Sometimes you score in other ways.
Exactly. Nice kick for him. That should get him on first. And Happy Shirt now has runners on the corners. with 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up their cleanup hitter, Tyler Russell. Tyler, of course, plays always with a towel in his waist, and I always wonder how far the towel goes down on the other end. I guess that's one of the secrets of kickball that we'll never know. And the kick is just foul, and we'll do it again. First foul there for Tyler. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored in today's game.
Interesting fact about Tyler Russell, if I might add there, Mike, is he is a certified EMT, and he separated shoulder 7 times in his life. Yeah. I have not broken the bone once. That's because I'm a chicken, so I wouldn't even imagine what separating a shoulder would be like. I'd be crying like a baby.
Well, let's stay away from it, Cougs.
I will.
The kick. Is it a catch?
It is a catch.
Beautiful catch by Lewis Schmidt over at third base. Hard line drive by Tyler. We're going to see that again. I don't know if our cameras can catch up with that. But a magical catch by Lewis. And that'll send Happy Shirt, huge catch. That'll send Happy Shirt down for this inning. That could be the momentum boost. Really carries over for Brax as well. We got 5 in. We got 5 in. The score is 4-3 in Abraxas. We're going to keep it right here and move this game along as the energy is now pouring in this field. And that'll bring up Josh Depley. First up kick right up the middle, and that's a perfect kick, and he'll be on the top of the 6th. And Abraxas all of a sudden has Big Mo on their side.
Very nice kick by Josh Depley, one of the new additions for Abraxas. The glove to middle came past Nick Culberson. For a single.
It'll bring up Caleb Skolsky. Crowd really rooting for Caleb.
I do believe he did just smack the head ref's booty, but I could be wrong on that. I know we shouldn't replay it, but
yeah, that is legal in kickball. It is legal.
Another interesting fact about Caleb Skolsky is that he is a past champion of 2003 with Bottleneck, which is the Wall Restaurant in Bottleneck.
Correct.
Long ago. So he's a savvy veteran, that is Caleb Skolsky.
I believe it is his first at-bat of the championship game, switching, of course, with Lewis Schmidt, the man who just made the wonderful catch at third base. Nicole pitching, and he's a left booter. The kick is a foul ball at first. And lucky for him, it's only his first, and he'll do it again.
And if I'm not mistaken, this might be the first championship game appearance for Mr. Skolsky. So it's been 11 summers for him to make his last KVKL championship appearance.
Oh, wow.
A lot of summers, yeah.
You love to see a story like that.
Absolutely.
He's an original, definitely.
He's
a
an
KVKL original.
Yeah, he's great.
Nicole Culbertson talking to home plate umpire Mick Cotton, trying to get something squared away there. Of course, we can't hear what's going on, but we can only assume that she's wondering about something that Caleb was doing at the plate.
Yeah, I can't figure out what it is. So.
Well, whatever it is squared away, and the kick. Fly ball to center field should be an easy play for Peach, and he'll catch it for our first out of the inning. That'll bring up Nick Adams, the number 6 kicker for Abraxas, with 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Nick Adams is 1 for 2 in today's game with a single. And the pitch. A nice pitch there, but Nick didn't like it, so we'll do it again. Nick trying to get something going here for Abraxas to tack on some extra runs. Obviously, a 1-run lead might not be enough against an undefeated Happy Shirt team.
Well, Nick Adams is also one of several players for Abraxas, with the past champion from 2 years ago for Star Bar.
Kick to right field. Nice play there by Andy Dalton. That'll be 2 down now for Abraxas, and that'll bring up Lauren Adams, who is 0 for 2 in today's game. The wife, of course, of Nick Adams, who just kicked that out. Looking to make something happen here. Sharp foul ball on the left field line there. She gets 3 of them. The 4th one, of course, you're out.
I remember one of the funny facts there was that Lauren Adams put there is a pregnant woman that because she's carrying a child, if she crossed home plate, she count for 2 runs.
Oh, good call. The throw to first is just in time, and that'll do it. One left on there for Abraxas, and they'll go down after that. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th inning, but they still cling to a 1-run lead over Happy Shirt. The next inning for coming up for Happy Shirt will be their 5, 6, and 7 kickers. And we'll be right back here at beautiful Hobbs Field, downtown Lawrence. Stay with us. 4-3 is the score here in the championship game as we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Be featuring Abraxas, Death in Texas, and Happy Shirt. Steve Harder, the third baseman for Happy Shirt, comes up. He's 1 for 2 in today's game. Looking to lead off here for Happy Shirt, down 1 run. And the kick, Chris Marshall fields it, the throw to first. Easy play for him, and that's a big out for Abraxas.
Yeah, Steve in the earlier game actually pulled his hamstring, so he might be running a little slower.
Tough break for him. Like we said, both these teams have already played 2 games already today. Nice kick there by Mike Phelps on the left field line. He turns, but will stay at first there with a nice poked single. And he's 3 for 3 is Mike Phelps in this game, coming to play.
He's kind of a gold medal winner, sort of, like he was a swimmer, you know? Might mix him up there.
Gifted athlete.
Exactly.
In the pool and out.
With a name like that, you know?
You kind of have to be a good athlete, don't you? That'll bring up Happy Shirt's pitcher, Nicole Culbertson. She's 0 for 2 in today's game with 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
There's one fun fact about Nicole Culbertson. She hustled playing pool to pay for her school.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Regular Minnesota Fats over there.
Yeah, Minnesota Fats is right.
However, she's not fat.
No, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all.
It's simply a nickname. We're going to see if that's a double kick there.
I think that was a double kick. I think there's a call. I think C.J. Kai, the first base umpire, says he signaled to her shin saying there's a double kick.
So it'll count as a foul ball.
Yeah, I think it should. Let's see what him and
see there. You can see it hit her foot and then hit her knee.
Yeah.
And if that happens, if you kick it twice, we call it a double kick.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's a foul ball. That'll be her first. You cannot kick the ball twice.
We all see what the intent is by Nicole is trying to drag it down the first base line to move Mike Phelps over to second base. And it looks like he's, C.J. Kai at first base and Mick Cotton are, and now there's still a foul ball. That is Mick Cotton.
Mick Cotton, of course, the home plate umpire, known for his clothing line, which is also known for being very tight and very short.
Did you like his white unitard that he wore against your team last week?
I loved it. I didn't like it. I loved it. A little bunt there from Nicole. She'll be counted out at first. She will advance the runner, though. Mike Phelps goes on to second, and that'll be the second out and bring up Court Wolfingsmeyer, the left fielder for Happy Shirt. He is 1 for 2 in today's game with a run scored. And the kick right at Chris Marshall, and he catches it for the 3rd out of the 6th inning. 1 left on for Happy Shirt, and we will head to the 7th inning. Abraxas leading 4-3. Stay with us. Ka Valley Kickball Championship game is on Channel 6 again, and we've got a doozy for you. The 3rd seed Abraxas leading 4-3 over the number 1 seed and undefeated Happy Shirt. We're in the 7th inning, the top of the 7th, and that'll bring up the number 8 kicker for Abraxas, Lauren Cohn, who is 1 for 2 on today's game with a run scored. And the kick up the middle. Nicole, the pitcher, catches it, throws to first to Peach, is out for the first inning, for the first out of the 7th inning.
Nice little play there by Nicole Culbertson to collect the ball and collect herself and securing the ball and making the scoop over to Paul Peach for the first out.
That'll bring up the rover for Abraxas, Hannah Blodgett. She's 0 for 1 in today's game, but she has a terrific headband. And the kick caught. Easy catch there by Steve Hart, the 3rd baseman, and that'll be the second out. And bring up Noah McKee, is it?
That is Noah McKee, that is correct.
One of the brothers.
No, the brother of Alex McKee.
This is actually their first season playing in the KVKL, so they're new to the Abraxas team, and obviously a great addition, yes.
Yeah.
The kick to Tyler. Tyler, the throw to first, not in time. And it'll be a single. You notice that when Tyler throws it, he likes to skip it to first.
He's a skipper, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the arm like he once was, partially because he's separated shoulder 7 times. So make a secure catch, he does to skip it.
He also likes boats.
He likes like boats, yeah.
That'll bring up Alex. His bunt is not good enough, and he will be out at third. 1 left on for Abraxas. And that'll do it for the top of the 7th inning. So the score remains 4-3. And when we come back, we'll have the bottom of the 7th inning and the 7th inning stretch right here on Channel 6. You're watching Channel 6 and the KVKL Championship game. We just had the 7th inning stretch. And if you're unfamiliar with KVKL, that means Cougar, our own Cougar, went out there and led everyone in a rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. He, of course, hops back on up with us for his color duties. And now we will have the bottom of the 7th inning with Kayla Schiller coming up. She's 1 for 2 on today's game. And her kick, nice catch there by left fielder. And the leadoff kicker will be out here for Happy Shirt. And they are running out of outs, Cougar.
That is very true. Being only down by 1, you want to try to serve as many outs as possible against a tough team like Abraxas.
Happy Shirt's certainly a veteran team, so you wouldn't expect them to get too tight.
No.
In the later innings, even though they're down.
Go Goats!
Little Go Goats chant there from
Shahir.
Shahir.
That is a
Fair
ball.
Beautiful kick from Brianne Castor, and she'll be on first. If you've never been to a game of the week, you are missing out. It is a terrific atmosphere here at Hobbs Field. This stands are just packed, and you can see some of that on television, that there is very little room to sit anywhere here at Hobbs Field. Look at that. Almost every seat taken care of, packed house, and what an experience it is to watch a KVKL game. A kick to left field, just in there for Paul Peach with a throw at second, gets Brianne out. And what we thought was a base hit with runners on first and second, instead is only Paul Peach on at first with 2 out. And that'll bring up their leadoff kicker, Adam Brazel, who is 1 for 3 on today's game.
I think Brianne Kester got a little too conservative there. I think it's going to be caught, but she had enough time. She went back to first. Instead, she caught in between and allowed herself to be, get the fielder's choice by Brad Kearns over to second base.
Adam Brazel, nice boot down the right field side. It'll be in there, and it could be extra bases. He'll stop there, but Peach on his horse will make it to third. Huge kick there from Adam Brazel, big single. And they'll have runners on first and third with 2 out, and that'll bring up the brother of Paul Peach, John Peach, who is 1 for 3 in this game with a run scored. John, the number 2 kicker for Happy Shirt. He bunted last inning, which is something we don't see him do a ton of. No. You gotta think he'll be kicking away here. And the kick to right field, sitting up easily for their right fielder, Depley, and Happy Shirt will go down, leaving 2 on, and we will now head to the 8th inning, 4-3. Stay tuned. We head to the 8th inning. I'm Mike Anderson. Join with me, of course, Jason Kruger Wong and Jackie Becker, the commissioner of KVKL. Another successful season, Jackie. What'd you say?
Oh, for my team personally or for the league?
Oh, for the league.
I think for the league it's been fantastic. We have 2 local charities that because we're a non-for-profit, that we're raising money for, which is the Penthouse here on the East Side and the Social Service League. So as a member, resident of the East Side, it's always a pleasure to have KVKL out here and raising some money for charity.
Absolutely. KVKL is a wonderful thing to be a part of and to watch if you live in Lawrence, the surrounding areas. That was Brad Kearns flying out to Peach at center field, and then he'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I saw that ball. It skipped up right on him a little bit, and you try to catch up to that ball, get on top of it. Unfortunately, Brad Kearns scooped it out for the easy out by John Peach at center.
I have Chris Marshall up here.
Yep.
Chris is 0 for 3 for today's game, a little unlike him. And he'll come up with 1 out and nobody on. You don't see Chris bunt too often. Might be a kick to left field, and it is. And it's a beauty. Will he go for 2? He will stop just short. Nice kick there by Chris, getting his first hit of the game. And that'll bring up Josh Depley, who's 2 for 3 for today's game with a run scored in the first inning.
Beautiful kick by Chris Marshall to go to left field over Steve Harper and out of the reach of either Tyler Dressel or Court Rolfesmeyer on the left field line.
This could be a big inning for Abraxas. They have the meat of their order up, but definitely not happy, visibly unhappy. Takes his hat off, throws it down, as he'll be the second out of this inning. Obviously, he was looking for something better result than that, and that'll bring up Lewis Schmidt, who's 1 for 2 for today's game.
That time was Chris Marshall. It's all about tagging from first, going to second, but a good arm by John Peach disallowed him, Chris Marshall, for doing so, going to second base.
Lewis, the third, harder the throw to first in time. And that'll be 3 outs there for Abraxas. They leave 1 on. Now we'll head to the bottom of the 8th, where we will have the 3, 4, and 5 kickers for Happy Shirts as they attempt to tie or take the lead. This championship game, you don't want to miss it. We're coming in the championship innings, as they call them, right here in Channel 6. Stay tuned. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, 4-3. Happy Shirt is down, but they are up. They'll have their 2, 3, 4 kickers up, or 3, 4, 5 kickers rather up, starting off with saving himself from marriage, Andy Dalton, their right fielder. But like we mentioned earlier, he is scoring in many other ways, as he is 3 for 3 on today's game.
Fun fact about it is there's one of 7 kids in his family, and all of the kids attended KU.
Oh, wow. So, crimson and blue through and through for Andy and his family.
Absolutely.
And the pitch just inside there. Chris Marshall throwing him a little deeper than we see some of the other pitchers.
Oh, yeah, he's way out there over near second base.
And you see why right there. Great catch from Chris Marshall. And that is a huge out. That is an absolutely huge out to get the lead out here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up Tyler Drussel, who was victimized by a terrific Lewis Schmidt catch last time he is up, and he's 1 for 3 in today's game. The run score in the first. And it might be a bunting time here for Tyler, the shortstop for Happy Shirt.
His towel's looking quite dirty. He must be working really hard today.
Well, he has played 3. This is his 3rd game today. And I don't know if he switches out towels or not. I'm guessing he keeps the same towel for both sentimental and, you know, maybe spiritual reasons.
Playing this many championships.
And the throw to first from Lewis Schmidt in time. And twice now, Tyler's been robbed by Lewis Schmidt over at third base, and that'll be the second out here. The bottom of the 8th, Steve Harder, number 5 kicker for Happy Shirt, coming up. And he is 1 for 3 in today's game.
Do you mind if I take a photo of you gentlemen for
please,
the Kaw Valley Kickball Instagram?
Take it.
Yeah,
take it.
Thank
These
you.
Beautiful eyes need to be told about.
Yes, the orange in that shirt from WOW brings out the ginger in your,
doesn't it?
Your hair and eyes.
It's a ginger explosion here. Behind the announcer's booth.
Were you able to fit my big head in there, Jackie? That giant enormous head of mine.
No, your head looks very tiny, actually. So you're
wow,
doing just
that's one
fine
heck of a care to make my big head look tiny.
Harder's kick to Lewis Schmidt over at third. Can't make a play this time. And Harder will be on first base with 2 out. And we are privileged to have the championship trophy right in front of us, actually. It's on our table right now. And I'm looking at all the great names. A little dusty the trophy is, but that's okay.
Apparently between the Wildman team, they let it 1 month between each player. Each player got it for 1 month, and they could keep it wherever they needed it.
Mike Phelps kicks to the center. Doesn't make the play, and that's a big mistake by Abraxas. Mike Phelps now 4 for 4 in this game, if you want to call it 3 for 4 with an error. There you see it right there. Uncharacteristic move by a championship team.
I believe he crossed the plate and they're calling him back.
Oh, really?
Did he cross the plate?
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is a huge call by home plate umpire Mick Cotton.
Keep your head over it.
Yeah, if you look at the replay there, it could have been the second error there by Brad Kern. Normally sure-handed. I think same thing what happened earlier in the game where he overran the ball. And as you can see, it looks like he did go over the plate. Yeah, good call.
I think that's a championship call by Mick Cotton.
Absolutely.
And a huge to make that call at this. Oh, big call there by veteran home plate umpire Mick Cotton, and we'll do it again. This time, easy play then for the first baseman, and that'll be the third out. So what was a big mistake for Abraxas turns into no problem. And Happy Shirt, they got 1 inning left to do it in. They might be in trouble. We'll go to the 9th inning. Abraxas leading 4-3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has come down to this. 32 teams have been dwindled to 2, and we have 1 inning left. We have the Abraxas Death and Taxes, the 3rd seed in this championship, against Happy Shirt, undefeated #1 seed. And the kick to left field is misplayed by left fielder Court. And this could be extra bases. On his horse, Nick Adams the second, and he is in there with a double and a huge error. Left fielder Court Rolfingsmeyer.
I think that time he tried to go to misjudge the ball and try to go to his left, but saw the ball, physics going to his right, and he couldn't catch up to it. That's a huge error. That'll
bring up his wife, Lauren Adams, who's 0 for 3 on today's game, looking for her first hit. Huge hit and a huge error there. Let's see if Court can shake that one off. The kick to pitcher, and she's not going to have a play as Nicole. And Lauren gets her first hit in today's game as we now have runners at first and second and nobody out. That'll bring up for Abraxas their second baseman, Lauren Cohn, who's 1 for 3 in today's game.
You notice how she's running with a phone? She's on call for her job right now, actually.
Wow.
She has to run with the phone at all times. She's been doing it all day in every game they play.
Seriously?
Correct. Yeah, she is on call for her job in Topeka right now.
That is unbelievable. So, Lauren, you can see it right there on your television, holding a phone in her right hand, on call in Topeka, and that's what you call dedication to both work and play.
I hope she doesn't break it.
She's a veteran.
Yeah.
And the kick. Touched up. They'll have an easy play at first. Out. But the runners will advance, and Lauren did her job advancing those runners. So we have second and third with 1 out, and that'll bring up Hannah Blodgett, 0 for 2 in today's game. And, of course, sporting a wonderful headband there. Very
she likes things sparkly. She's definitely into the sparkles.
Well, who doesn't? Oh, again, of course, she has a thing about farts, it says in our program here. And the kick are going to hold in that third. Nicole playing for the run there. Doesn't mind her getting the first. Now they have a force out at every base. And that'll bring up Nick Devon. Crowd getting excited as you have bases loaded with 1 out for Nick Devon, who's 1 for 1 in today's game with a run scored. He's the number 10 kicker for Abraxas. After him would be Alex McCree and Brad Kearns. In the top of the 9th, already with a 4-3 lead. This is a huge kick, certainly the biggest kick of the game, perhaps. Bases loaded, and the kick. Right field, should it bring home 1? It will, and the throw going to be cut off by Nicole, and the runners will be moving. Great base running, and Abraxas goes and takes a bigger lead. Nick Adams scores there, Lauren Adams on the third, and Hannah on to second. And we've got 2 out.
Like Nick Devon's lack of sleeves that he always wears in kickball. He was willing to sacrifice those sleeves to help score a run on this one, I think.
Alex McKee is up, and the kick, right center. Should be easy play for Annie Dalton, and it is. But the damage has been done, and Abraxas takes their lead by 1 more, and it is now 5-3 when we come back. The bottom of the 9th inning, and we'll crown a champion. Stay tuned. It'll now come down to this. The bottom of the 9th inning, Happy Shirt trailing 2 runs, and they'll need 2 to survive, 3 to take the win. Coming up for them, they have their 7, 8, and 9 kicker, Nicole Culbertson, the pitcher, starting out. She's 0 for 3 in today's game, but hasn't yet come up as the first kicker. Maybe she can get on. Here's the boot. It's going to be easy catch there by the first baseman. And one out in the bottom of the ninth, and the crowd can feel it. Court Wolfingsmeyer, left fielder, who had the costly error in the top of the ninth, will come up. He is 1 for 3 for today's game. What do you think's going through his mind, Cougar?
Just get on base. Really all you have to do is being down 2. You can't do anything fancy. You can't worry about the runners, the kickers right behind you who's going to be out. You just got to get on base.
And the boot. Too high. It's going to hang up there. Should be an easy play for the outfielders. They converge and make it. And Happy Shirt is down the left. Thank you, Jackie Becker.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for letting me be a part of the final game chat.
And we'll let you go down and get ready to possibly hand the trophy on to the winning team. Of course, Erin Adams here too. She takes the trophy as well. And Jackie's going to leave her burrito here, or sub sandwich. This is it, Cougar. We're down to this.
I can't believe this. It's gone so fast.
It has gone by fast. Kayla Schiller will be up there. The kick is up, and it is caught, and that is it. Abraxas, the 3 seed, knocks off the Yankees. The number 1 seed, Happy Shirt, 5-3. And for Happy Shirt, that'll be 2 years in a row they'll make to the championship game, only to fall a couple runs short. There you have it. Abraxas goes home with the trophy. This is, wow. I don't know how many times Chris Marshall has won it, but it's quite a few.
Third time. This is the 3rd time he's done this.
In the past 4 years?
The past 4 years, yes. The 3rd time in the past 4 years that Chris Marshall has won it. And this is the 2nd championship in 3 years for this current team of, Star Bar Barracudas slash Abraxas. And you could tell by the celebration that it wasn't nothing like, fancy, nothing, high, volume, high intensity. It was basically, they got it done. And it's impressive for a team like Abraxas, who, brought in new players, Noah McKee, Alex McKee, and Lou Schmidt to come in and basically converge and, get this, championship.
Wonderfully played game there for Abraxas. Tough loss for Happy Shirt. And there we see some of the highlights of today's game. Again, just clutch kicking for Abraxas. A couple runs scored with 2 outs and a person on third base. And that's a championship kick right there that Lewis was making right there. Right hard kick on the third baseline. They're all looking the same right through that hole, scoring those all-important runs. They scored 2 runs in the 1st inning, 1 run in the 3rd inning, 1 run in the 5th, and then 1 again in the 9th. And they were ahead this whole game. They were never down at any point. And Cougar, I'm looking at the box score for Abraxas, and you can make an MVP case for a lot of people. I mean, you see Lewis Schmidt had some wonderful plays, but he was only 1 for 4, and they really spread it around.
Yeah, they did.
One player had a bunch of kicks. They all kind of came up and had their clutch kicks at the right time.
You mentioned that, Chris Marshall, who's basically the captain and the hard solo team, only went 1 for 4 for Abraxas. So that just shows how good of a team Abraxas is when your best player only goes 1 for 4, and yet somehow, some way, they get all 5 of the runs without Chris Marshall, crossing the plate and, getting the victory in the championship game.
You see Hannah there hoisting the trophy. You'll see a lot of players drink out of it, as is customary. They've got some champagne there. They're going to take a well-earned photograph. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what the championship team looks like for 2013 kickball. Abraxas, Death, and Texas. They came into this game as the 3rd-ranked team in the league. They got through the tournament through some great competition, got into this game by beating the Goats. And once again, this is their 3rd game they've played today.
Yeah, which is on a warm day like this, which is in the lower 90s, it is not easy to play 3 games in a row. I know there was like a 2-hour layoff for Abraxas, Texas, and for Happy Shirt, but nevertheless, it is not easy to play 3 games in a row. It can be very draining on you physically and mentally. So I'm impressed there by Abraxas, Death, and Texas. 2nd year, 2 years, 3 years, when they trip up the favored Happy Shirt or / Pita Pits. in the playoffs, in which that they were the underdog. It just shows that, in a moment like this, they're not scared off by the fact that, Happy Shirt is the favorite and they're the traditionally, a great team. At the end of the day, like, look, we're a great team as well, and we can not only hold up our own, but actually, rise to the occasion and become a champion, and that's what they did.
There you have it, folks. We started this season with 32 teams. Only one is left standing on that field, and that is Abraxas. They've earned it, a well-played season for them. Well-played championship game. No doubt they're going to go home and celebrate a wonderful season and a wonderful championship game. Well, we want to thank you for watching this Valley Kickball League championship game right here on Channel 6. For Mike Anderson, Jason Cougar. Any last words?
Another great season. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for everyone for making this a fantastic season. Thank you, of course, to Commissioner Jackie Becker, who did, our third person on our table during the broadcast. Another fantastic summer. I hope everyone had a lot of fun, and we hope to do this again next summer.
We'll see you again next summer. Thanks for watching Channel 6 KVKL Action. We will see you here next year.